In this video, I'll be talking about 5 characters in Mario Kart Tour who have terrible course coverage. I'll also be adding 3 top shelf courses or favorite courses to them that they unfortunately missed in past tours. Leave a like on this video if you think older drivers deserve better value, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. So starting it up at number 5, we have his musician Mario himself. The guy who debuted in the first ever tour in the Week 2 pipe. Musician Mario has a total of 21 top shelf tracks, or you could also refer to them as favorite courses. Unfortunately, many of his favorite tracks are New York tracks, which is very bad because these city tracks almost never returned from their debut. I mean, last time New York Minute 1 returned was literally in 2019, so that's really bad if he has these tracks. With that being said, if we subtract the city tracks from his 21 favorite courses, he only has 11 tracks in total. How heartbreaking. One of the 3 tracks that I think he should have gotten but didn't was Singapore Speedway. To be specific, maybe Singapore Speedway RT. And yes, I will be adding city tracks to these drivers' values because they are city drivers, and realistically speaking, these drivers almost always get buffed on only city tracks, if we look at the past patterns. Second track he should have had was one of the SNES Ghost Valley variants, and for him I chose Ghost Valley 1T, which came out back in the Halloween Tour 2019. The reason why I gave him this track is because his dark aesthetic really suits this track's environment. And lastly, the third track my boy should have gotten was London Loop 3R. This track came out in the Halloween Tour last year alongside Vampire Waluigi. Not only does this track's music fit musician Mario, but pairing him alongside Vampire Waluigi just sits so well with me. So these are the tweaks I would make to this guy's value. Let me know what you think of them in the comments down below. Number 4, we have his Yoshi Egg Hunt regular, who debuted in the first ever Yoshi tour in 2020. Fun fact, by the way, this is a tour where special pipes became a thing. Yoshi Egg Hunt has a total of 19 top shelf tracks, and if we take away the cities once again, he is suffering at 17 top shelf tracks. I literally can't believe Nintendo treated such a cute, adorable creative alt this badly. It should be illegal. But hey, no worries. This is why this video is a thing, because we're here to fix his value today. Kinda. Well, actually not at all. First track my boy should have gotten was one of the Baby Park variants, and for him I chose Baby Park R. The childish aesthetic and all the colors really suit this driver, and I mean, if Halloween Rosalina got this track, Halloween Flippin' Rosalina, then there's no reason to not give Yoshi Egg Hunt this track as well. Second track out of the 3 he should have gotten, but didn't, is Royal Raceway RT, which came out in the Yoshi Tour last year. I don't know what it is, but the thought of Egg Hunt Yoshi being on the top shelf, racing on this track, just feels so right. Like, is that just me? White Yoshi also got this exact track in his debut tour, where he was in the Week 1 pipe alongside Egg Hunt Yoshi, so it wouldn't be all out of the blue if Yoshi Egg Hunt got this track as well. And lastly, the third track my guy should have gotten but missed is Yoshi Valley. Literally any of the variants. But if I had to choose, let's say Yoshi Valley T. Not only did this track come out in the Yoshi Tour where Yoshi Egg Hunt was in the Week 1 pipe, but it's literally an egg track. And this guy has a literal egg on his head. I really don't understand Nintendo's logic sometimes. If you guys do, then let me know in the comments down below. So those are all the tweaks I would make to Egg Hunt Yoshi. Thankfully, Nintendo did revamp up this driver this year in the Yoshi Tour and released a gold version of it. But that still doesn't mean that this original guy should be left in the dust. Or in his case, the dumpster. Number 3, let's travel to Tokyo and talk about Peach Kimono's terrible value. She came out in the Tokyo Tour 1, and she was in the Week 2 pipe, and this was a tour where Mario Hakama came out as well. Peach Kimono has a total of 18 top shelf or favorite tracks, and if we take away the cities once again, she's at 14 tracks. It just keeps getting worse, you guys. There are a number of Japanese Peach alts in Mario Kart Tour, being Happy Peach, Kimono Peach, and Yukata Peach, and thankfully Yukata Peach and Happy Peach both have some pretty good course coverage, so it makes sense for one in the pack to suffer, and unfortunately, the one suffering is Mrs. Kimono herself. First track she should have gotten was Ninja Hideaway R back in the Ninja Tour. This track was featured in the Week 2 Ranked Cup, and Peach Kimono was in the Week 2 pipe of that tour, and for some reason, she didn't get this track. I mean, she literally fits it. It's the whole Japanese aesthetic. She has kimono on her dress, and it represents the Sakura. She just didn't get it for some reason, and I don't know why. Yukata Daisy got both of the variants, and Kimono Peach was stuck with 0 buffs that tour. And if you cannot tell by now, I'm really passionate about these old drivers and giving them good tracks. And so it kind of makes me mad, and it kind of irks me when they don't get obvious tracks that they should be getting. Second track she should have gotten was Tokyo Blur 3 RT, which came out in the Mario vs. Peach tour last year in the summer. In this tour, she was also featured in the token shop, so it would have been nice to give her a little buff as well, but they didn't give it to her. With that being said, her third track is Bangkok Rush, being the RT variant. The reason why I gave her this track is because she has an Asian outfit on, and it really does fit this Asian track. And also Yukata Peach has this exact variant, so putting Kimono Peach on it really wouldn't have hurt anybody. So those are her tracks. I know it really doesn't help her because she's already in her grave, but at least it's something. Number 2 we have is Shy Guy Pastry Chef, who debuted in the first ever Paris tour in 2019 alongside Peach Vacation, and he was in the Week 2 pipe. Such a beautiful and stunning alt. You could tell that Nintendo actually tried on this guy. He's perfection. Last time I discussed this guy was a few days before the Metropolitan Tour was announced. I mentioned in my video to Nintendo that they should put this guy in pipes, as he was the rarest character in the game and he randomly disappeared after the Peach vs Daisy tour. I also requested Nintendo to add a little top shelf track to this guy in my video and also in feedback. 4 days after that video was uploaded, by the way, link in description, Nintendo granted both of my wishes. I'm telling you guys, they're listening to your boy. And by the way, Nintendo, if you're watching this video, thank you for all the content in Mario Kart Tour. It's been absolutely insane and year 3 is impeccable. Back on topic, Shy Guy Pastry Chef has a total of 23 Top Shop or favorite courses, and if we take away his city tracks once again, he's down at 15 tracks. Yikes. One of the 3 tracks he should have gotten was Sky Garden. His little white outfit fits the clouds on this track. And also, this track's a garden, and on gardens, crops grow, and crops are food, and chefs cook food. I hope you see where I'm getting at. But if Cowboy Warrior could get this track for no reason whatsoever, then Pastry Chef should have gotten it as well. At least he fits, unlike this guy over here. Second track Shy Guy Pastry Chef should have gotten was Paris Promenade T that came out last year in the Paris Tour alongside Luigi Painter. Shy Guy Pastry Chef is a Paris Tour veteran and he's also a chef, and he fits this track more than anybody else in this game, and still he managed to get 0 variants of Paris Promenade 3. That's pretty bad. Third track that really suited him was simply a Bowser's Castle track. For him I chose 3DS Bowser's Castle T, which came out in the New Year's Tour. Shy Guy is Bowser's minion and Pastry Chef Shy Guy has 0 Bowser's Castle tracks. So weird. And finally, at number 1 we have the worst driver in this game, value-wise, it is King Boo Luigi's Mansion. He debuted in the first ever Halloween tour alongside Halloween Rosalina in the Week 2 pipe. King Boo Luigi's Mansion has a total of 15 Top Shelf or favorite courses. The only positive thing about him, minus his amazing looks, is that he has 0 city tracks. Yay, I guess. So first track King Boo Luigi's Mansion should have gotten was RMX Ghost Valley 1 in the Kamek Tour. Ghost Valley is literally King Boo's track, and for some reason he didn't get a single variant of this track. That's literally like a Royal Raceway having 0 Peach alts on the top shelf. Terrible guys, terrible. Second track he should have gotten was RMX Ghost Valley 1 RT in the Autumn Tour. Funny enough, in this exact tour, he was in a pipe, a spotlight pipe, and he still managed to skip this track. And lastly, the third track King Boo Luigi's Mansion should have gotten was Wario Shipyard in the Wario vs Waluigi tour. The reason why I gave him this track is because the dark and ghostly aesthetic of this track really clashes well with King Boo. So these were all my track additions to bad characters in Mario Kart Tour. Nintendo seemed to listen to me last time, so it would mean so much to me and the community if you could buff these old 2019 drivers on newer tracks and finally revive their dead value. But overall, I want to give a huge thank you to the Mario Kart Tour developers for giving us so many tracks this year, so many new drivers, so many rewards. It's just crazy how top tier and incredible Mario Kart Tour has been in year 3. This game is far from perfect, but I know someday we could get it up there with the hard work from these developers. Subscribe to the channel and let's smash 200 likes on this video if you want to see more content just like this. Stay hydrated and bye-bye.